ECOWAS female parliamentarians have advocated 30% female representation in national parliaments of member countries to enhance development in the sub-region. President, ECOWAS Female Parliamentarians Association, said this at the association's town hall in Abuja. The meeting, known as Rejuvenate Democracy by Giving Voice to the Young People, had as its theme stimulating a regional dynamics for mentoring the next generation of decision makers. She said the meeting was strategically linked to the ECOWAS Vision 2050, which described the desired future and the values of the region and ambition it nurtured for its peoples, and the Supplementary Act of the ECOWAS Parliament also recognized the critical role women and youths played in nation building. The president also said the association's Think Politics project, inaugurated in November 2017 in Abuja, had recorded success stories with the intention to mentor at least 10 million young people by 2030. Also, Anne Iyonu, Executive Director, Goodluck Jonathan Foundation, in her goodwill message, urged West African governments to prioritize women and youth representation in governance.
The imperative of mainstreaming women and youth in leadership to make democracy in our sub-region more meaningful cannot be overemphasized. Across the sub-region, we have very few women and youth participating as parliamentarians. This is not the case in other climes where the gap has progressively and significantly narrowed. It is instructive that West Africa, with only 15.7% average proportion of seats held by women in national parliaments, lags behind other regions in Africa.
In her goodwill message, Beatrice Eyong, country representative, United Nations Women, said young women in the sub-region often face non-inclusion and emphasized low representation of women in politics. She called for training institutions to train women and young girls in politics.
Some of them include political parties that resist inclusion of women and young girls as leaders and winnable candidates. So some political parties don't have a distinct and clear political career traced out for women in their parties. Another one is the electoral systems and laws that make it tougher for women and men to compete on equal footing. Another one is the lack of access to financial resources to run election campaigns faced by all women, but specifically by young women. There are also harmful gender-based stereotypes and violence against women in political life.